Hi, it's Jennifer here. In this video, I'm going to let you know how to avoid the lies of those advertising the myth of selling thousands of ebooks right from the get-go on Amazon KDP, and also introduce how top specialists and coaches earn money from their book and other products. It's a totally different framework and mindset. So let's go. Well, Sophie Howard and also Go Publishing are two brands that are touting instant passive income from ebooks without being a good writer or even a writer at all. My 2023 expose shows that Miss Howard herself published 15 but now 16 books, and her royalty snippet shows 148 books, if you actually can read that close. And you may notice it says all authors on the filter. So claiming revenue for others as yours is just wrong. After all, it wouldn't say all authors if she had no other authors. 148 books just seems a few too many considering there's only 16 on Goodreads. Well, who am I to speak? Firstly, I've had 15 years in the self-publishing game, writing, researching, editing, typesetting, and categorizing and production of books. Even helped a lot of other people do the editing and the production side of books. But did this help me? Well, not that much. So recently I discovered a commonality across the specialists who were doing well. Not only did they put out more than one book, but they also used these books to grow their business. Now that's just smart. So don't expect those large stated royalties as you see on advertisements, but business-minded people, however, they use their own model, what's called a model or a diagram, to grab people with their ideas first before they offer their services or programs. And sometimes it comes out of the book as well. So you can create a model for the book and then create a business brand that's built around that model. Couldn't be better, could it? So let's see how that works. In 2003, Simon Hammond developed this strategy called a BE brand strategy, advocating for the creation of brands that resonate deeply with human emotions and cultural identity, focusing on belonging and empathy and authenticity to forge meaningful connections. And this was ahead of its time, and that's what made him successful across the ditch as well as in Australia. And in 2006, Hammond published BE Brands, or B Brands, Simon Hammond's Creative Brand Revolution, which examined courageous brands and also how to avoid, corporate blandness and take a bit more risk. He had already had his success in business as well. So what are the most useful things for these kinds of business entrepreneurs? Not so much writing and editing skills, although we can work on our writing skills. The most useful things, I think, were their narrowing their niche, creating their message, and building their audience. So if I'd only known that from the start and kept focus, I'd surely be much further ahead as an author. So entrepreneurs, they're not hanging their hats on their ability to sell books, and they certainly don't get on Facebook to tout their book. However, a book is a great bonus for in-person workshops, for mentoring, and it's a way for new leads to get to know you if they do come across you, say, on a review, a magazine site, or whatever it is that they are reading. And the entrepreneurs make a hell of a lot more from their mentoring programs and boot camps and workshops than they do from book sales, as you see by the blue bar graph there. And with the dark blue, that's an income that is in Australia and based mostly on traditional authors, and they have day jobs, obviously. The other information is from kind of like the range where I've looked at the average business coach income and, also drawing on from what people do that I know. So Adam Houlihan is a great example of how you build a business around books and how it all intersects. So he's a social media and LinkedIn strategist, let's say. He runs a big team, and every month he runs a webinar where he gives insights on LinkedIn to a general audience, from all around the world. But obviously he's aiming for those top echelon to be his clients. So he builds trust in his brand by doing these free webinars, and he just asks a little bit from the audience, say to share a recommendation on his profile or else to read his book and give a review. That sort of thing. The recommendation takes a lot less time, so people mainly do that. And you can see that over the years he's updating his material, which is a good idea too. So messages often come up from the book as you write it because you're researching widely, looking at others' books for the competitive research analysis, and you're also looking at new ideas in the world at large. And sometimes things just seem to come together. That's why it's so important to follow a 3-step research and brainstorming method that I've gone into. It's not that complex, it's quite simple, but it's much better than shortcutting it and just going to ChatGPT to ask them to brainstorm the book, because that is not going to be good. So this program is idea is partly in my book writing development program, where I focus on mentoring the person so that they do have the writing skill and writing flow to develop a really good book. And thank you for watching. My name's Jennifer Lancaster, and please do subscribe. Thank you.